Alright guys, now this is going to be basically an album collection and N64, how can I put it, N64 collection video type thing. Basically, I don't have that many N64 games anymore, I lost some of them, so I'm just going to be doing a quick little overview of, just some of the games I have. Well, I'm gonna do my album collection first, but we have right here Slipknot, The Gray Chapter, which is their 5th studio album. Really great album. I actually really enjoy it a lot. Probably my second favorite Slipknot album. It's really good. It's very kick-ass. Let's see the album inside. There's the band right there, and there's my Bose headphones right there. Let's see the back. Let's see. Yeah, it's really kick-ass. Okay, next album we have is Allegiant. Now this is my favorite Allegiant album right here. If you haven't heard of Allegiant, if you're into melodic death metal, I definitely recommend checking them out. This is their Elements of the Infinite album, and this is actually my favorite album of theirs so far. So yeah, I really love their guitar riffs. God damn it. And this is Testament's new album right here, Brotherhood of the Snake. I'm a huge Testament fan. I love Testament. I actually just got into them about a couple of years back. They are, in my opinion, they might be the new Slayer. Well, no, I shouldn't say that, but there's some really sick artwork in here. The Pale King is actually one of their big hits off this new album. So next we have my favorite Slipknot album of all time, Iowa. This is a really great album right here. Really, I love the artwork. I love the cover art and everything. It's a really kick-ass album, as you can see. Next we have Camaro's final album so far, Crown of Phantoms, and this is actually my favorite Camaro album yet. Well, pretty much so far. Ever since, and this album surprised me because Rob Arnold left the band. He was a great guitarist. Mark Hunter was basically the only last person left in the band, so, Plastic Wonderland, I love that song. Wrapped in Violence. I'm just naming some songs off the top of my head that I love off this album. And voila, the CD itself. I'm sorry. This is Mudvayne's debut album right here. This is actually my favorite. The LD50 album of theirs. This is when they were like really new metal. Before they, became what they became. I mean, Mudvayne is still okay, but they're not as good as they used to be, in my opinion. That's the album right there. And this is Disturbed Sickness album right here. Very great album. Sorry. I have to hurry up because my battery is kind of low right now, so I have to actually charge it. Stupefy is probably my favorite album. My favorite song off this album. You know, Down with the Sickness. Really kick-ass album. This is Camara's Age of Hell album. Not really their best album nor artwork. I do like this album. It has some really kick-ass songs on it. But I remember when they were on tour, I actually saw them live downtown in Manhattan. They were playing at the B.B. King's Club in Manhattan, which is a really pretty cool nightclub restaurant type thing. This is Suicide Silence. Suicide Silence's album You Can't Stop Me, which is actually a really kick-ass album. Got some really kick-ass songs. This is actually the first album with Eddie as doing the vocals. This is after Mitch Lucker died. This is a really cool album. Eddie's very underrated, by the way. Just wanted to point that out there. This is Children of Bodum. Their album Blood Drunk. Not my favorite Children of Bodum album. This came out back in 2008. I remember because I really wanted to get this album. I thought it was actually going to be much better than what I thought. It comes with a DVD and... I'm sorry, not a DVD. That's actually a... I never watched Diddy. I never listened to this album. I never listened to this CD. I've just listened to the main album. But it's really cool. I love the artwork. I love the design and everything. And then this is Slipknot's Iowa album, which actually no, I got one more album here. But this is Slipknot's not Iowa, All Hope Is Gone album. Not very good, very stone sourish. Not really my favorite album from Slipknot, but it is what it is. I got it back in 2008 when it first came out. And I also saw them tour here when they came to New York back in 2009. You can see the back of it right there. Oh, damn it. It's on the other side. Not the best album. Pass, honestly. And last but not least, Throwdown, which is a very kick-ass album right here. Very underrated. Sorry about that, guys. My battery died. But yeah, this is Throwdown's Venom and Tears album. Not bad, not great, nothing I would write home about, but it is what it is. And that's basically it. That's all the albums I have. I do have WWF Forcible Entry. I forgot I had this, but I no longer have the CD. So no use in really showing it, but it is what it is. as for the N64 games, let's look at them right here. This is Doom right here, one of my favorite N64 shooters. Very dated by today's standards, but back when this game first came out, it was really kick-ass. Next we have WWF No Mercy, one of my favorite wrestling games for the N64. Probably my favorite N64 wrestling game. And, you know, it's one of the really cool features about it. You can fight for the belts in exhibition mode. You can edit, like, the wrestlers, ring attire, and stuff like that. And, yeah, it's a pretty kick-ass game. Definitely recommend it. Next we have WCW Nwo Revenge. Really kick-ass game. Best WCW game of all time. If you haven't played it, I recommend you play it. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Excellent roster. Next we have Wrestlemania 2000, which is a really kick-ass game. Not as good as No Mercy. Enough said. Doesn't really have a story mode, but it is really good gameplay back when Aki, AKI, whatever the fuck their name is, made the games. Resident Evil, fucking awesome. This game is fucking awesome. This is the first N64 game where I ever saw actual full motion video, like cutscenes. They actually, Capcom, from what I heard, they compressed this game so it had all the cutscenes and all that shit, and it really impressed me. Because, I mean, basically, what the PS1 had on 2 discs, this game had on 1 cartridge, which is really impressive. And it's just a really great game. I definitely recommend it. Mortal Kombat 4, nothing really to say here. If you like Mortal Kombat, play it. If not, don't play it. We got Perfect Dark right here. My favorite shooter ever. Well, maybe not ever, but on the Nintendo 64 is my favorite shooter ever. Really great game. Definitely recommend it. If you haven't played it, you need to go fucking play it. Trover, Corcoran, go fucking play it. Stop acting like a little bitch. This game has maps, multiplayer. You already saw my gameplay video of this game, so if that doesn't sell you, then you're a dumbass. Period. Super Mario 64, definitely my favorite 3D Mario game. The only 3D Mario game that I really like. I prefer 2D Mario over 3D Mario. But, yeah, basically that's it. It's a great game, great platformer. One of the first of its kind. Super Mario 64, I'm sorry. Super Mario 64. Mario Kart 64. Nothing to really say here. Great kart racer. If you're into arcade kart racers, play it. It's great. In my opinion, it's the second best right after Double Dash. Well, actually third, because I actually enjoyed Mario Kart 8 a little, probably about as much as this one. Plus the graphics don't really hold up to today's standards. I mean, not to today, obviously the N64, but whatever. I just don't really feel like talking. I just want to show the games, but kind of want to give a little background. Not to be rude, but... Alright, Duke Nukem 64. This is by far an amazing game. Some people don't think it's as good as the PC version. I tend to say, yeah, it's not as... I mean, if you're going to compare it to the PC version, then yeah. But, I mean, why are you comparing apples and oranges? This game is fucking awesome. Duke Nukem is fucking awesome. One of my favorite video game characters of all time. It's really proved to me that Nintendo does not give a shit about censorship anymore, or at least during this era. And, you know, even hell. And basically, WWE, you suck. You're PG, and Nintendo, you know, they're more fucking manly than you. Play this game. That's all I have to say. Next we have Wave Race 64. Great game if you're into jet skiing like I am. I'm actually into jet skiing in real life, so that's why I enjoy this game. Not the best, but pretty fucking good. And then last but not least, Diddy Kong Racing. Decent game. I prefer it over Mario Kart 64 actually. This game came out at a time when I was really no longer into kids games, but I ended up getting it because my cousin had it, and it was really, really addictive, really great racer. So I ended up getting it for myself, and it's a really good game. It still holds up to this day. But I remember when this game first came out, I was more into like wrestling, WWF, ECW, NWO, WCW, Quake, Doom, Duke Nukem, all types of mature shit, quote unquote mature shit. So still a good game though. I definitely recommend it if you're into kart racers. And on that note, I am done. Hope you guys enjoyed. Later.